Sarah Campbell Lane. So today we need to decide whether or not we move forward with the plan submitted for Sarah Campbell Lane. Pantera is here. If we have any questions, if you want to make any comments or anything at this point.
I mean, you guys have seen the plans, you know what's going on. It's 2,100 feet. It's existing gravel road. We brought up the township standards. PennDOT will bless both, you know, either ends. The connection will have to sign off on it. We got a couple comments from Don Francis, the engineer. We'll take care of those. Talked to Brandon about some of his concerns with that stuff taken care of. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, we have to answer.
I don't at this point. Doug, do you?
No.
No. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
At this point, I would like to only approve the Sarah Campbell Lane
Yeah.
portion though, and not the turn back.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the Sarah Campbell Lane
Portion of the road.
I'll
design.
make that motion.
Yeah, I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No, I'm not here.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. New business, fire company. Charles, you asked for that. Do you have something you want to say?
Yeah, Scott, can you explain to us in detail about this radio now? For the EMA?
Yeah, sorry, I would have printed out the emails if I knew this was gonna happen. All right, the county called me wanting to know where a radio was that the fire company owned. I told him I did not know, I'd have to look into it. I got my inventory sheets out. I did not find the serial number they were looking for. I did, however, notice that there were, I don't know, I forget how many radios are listed on that sheet of paper, maybe 8. And there were, one serial number was doubled. So there was a radio up here with this serial number and a radio down here that had the same serial number. So I called over to the county and asked when the last time this radio was on the air. And he told me it was the day before we had a call that day. So the radio was turned on, but it did not transmit. I said, when's the last time it transmitted? May 6th, I believe, 2018, that was the day of Fulton's fire. Okay. So at that point, I kind of figured that that was the radio that our fire marshal had. So I had a gear inspection, a gear and pager inspection, whatever date that was. I forget now, I believe it was Thursday night last month. The radio came in and the person had said it wasn't working. I forgot what the serial number was that I was looking for, so I didn't know, I wasn't certain that that was the radio I was looking for, so I did not ask for it back. I did, however, ask this person if they had a radio that belonged to the fire company when we switched positions in January, and that person informed me that it was an EMA radio. Okay. So, I called EMA. EMA does not issue radios to any township EMA coordinators. Okay. So I called the county back and I said, I think I know where this radio is, but I'm not sure. Dave Rouse said, I'm going to turn this radio into a brick because you don't know where it is. I said, okay. That was a conversation. He flipped the switch, turned the radio off, it no longer works. We figured the radio would show up at Center Communications or somewhere to be fixed. It has not showed up. I don't know where it is. I would like it back. I believe Mr. Grenable has it. Apparently he doesn't want to hand it over. I'm not sure what to do about it. And I'm not going to argue and fight about it. I have enough radios. I don't need to fight. I'm done fighting with everybody. So it is what it is. If I get it back, great. If we don't, oh well. I don't know what to do about it.
Now, is that radio something that Mr. Smith will be using?
It shouldn't. It's not an EMA radio. EMA doesn't own any radios.
But the fire company owns a radio that was being used for EMA
So here's what
because
was
the EMA
explained.
person should have.
Good.
So here's what was explained to us last Thursday evening in our fire company meeting. Doug and Brandon Young came to the fire company meeting. There was no trace of any paperwork of that radio being assigned to an EMA person. Brandon and Doug explained in the meeting that whenever they changed their radio frequencies, when Center County changed their radio frequencies, the township did not have enough money to buy the EMA director a radio. Therefore, the fire company gave the EMA director a radio. I don't know who all knew about that. I can tell you this, if Brandon and Doug Young wouldn't have showed up at the meeting last Thursday night, probably would still know about it, simply because the radio serial number was duplicated.
Where
So-
is the radio? Do you have a radio that was wiped out of VMA?
No.
I do not.
So right now, this radio just doesn't exist anywhere.
We think we know where it's at, but it does not work. The radio, we bought new radios.
It doesn't work because the button was switched and the channels were wiped clean.
It does not work because we do not know where the radio is, one, and the county does not know where the radio is, so that is a public safety issue. The other part of it is that the EMA director was asked if he had a radio, a fire company radio, and he said no. On the radio, there's a sticker that says, "This radio is property of Gregg Township Fireman's Radio."
So you have seen the radio because the sticker says,
Yes.
but you no longer have the radio.
We never possessed the radio. Whenever we asked for equipment and radio and pager check, the radio was brought by the EMA person to the fire hall. It was checked in and given back to him.
Without the channels.
I don't remember when the channels were turned on.
Donnie, do you have the radio?
I have a radio, and they both know that I had that radio.
Okay, you have a radio.
I have a radio. that
I
was
don't
given
care
me-
about the fire company drama, which seems to be getting in the way of serving the
So,
community.
Karen, here's-
Let me finish.
Okay.
What I care about is that it is our responsibility as the Board of Supervisors to provide fire protection to Gregg Township. So what I need to know is that Gregg Township Fire Company is providing fire protection to Gregg Township. And if not, that's an issue that we need to address then. Part of that is the EMA person needs to have a radio that has the channels on it so that if there's an emergency, they're able to communicate. So wherever the radio is, it needs to get the channels back on it, and then it needs to go to Jim, who's gonna be hopefully the new EMA person. I don't care how that happens, but it needs to happen.
And that would have happened, Carrie, if, when we asked if he had a radio, if he would have said, "Yes, I have a radio," and told us the full story. I told him that last Thursday night in a crowd of people at our.
That's fine, I don't really wanna get into that. All I know is that for us as the Board of Supervisors, is Gregg Township Fire Company operational?
Yes.
Don, what were you going to say?
That isn't the way it happened at all. They had that radio in their hands. They both asked me a couple times if there was a radio, and I said yes. It belongs to the Fireman's Relief Association, which is on. But it was made, there was a chief's radio at one time, and then they made it into an EMA radio with all the channels in.
Okay.
Nobody has asked me for that radio. I had it in, they had a little confab between themselves, gave me the radio back, and that was it.
Okay. What's your plan with the radio now?
Pardon?
Do you have a plan with the radio now?
Well, yeah, I was hoping to turn it over to the new EMA director, who should have that radio.
And we need to get the channels put
It's
back
not
on the radio.
operational now, though, is it?
That's the
It
issue.
is not operational now.
Can I make a
Are you
recommendation?
capable of getting the
Can I
channels
make a
back on the
recommendation?
radio?
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
Okay. One, the radio be turned into the Fireman's Relief president, okay, by the person who has it now. The Fireman's Relief president will then take the radio and make sure that it is operational for the new EMA director. We will also have a serial number for that radio that actually corresponds with that radio.
And you can put in motion in one of your meetings, this radio is used for the EMA.
The reason it was caught was because we assigned another radio to a, what's on,
Captain.
to a captain, and the county said, wait a minute, you have 2 captains' radios, why do you need 2 captains' radios?
I think
So-
everyone agrees here. You said you're happy to hand it over. You were saying, Jim, but you can give it back, right? To the Fireman's Relief for the president.
I am still the EMA director until the governor appoints Jim.
Okay.
So it needs
I
to be
would
turned
like
in to
have
get the
that
channels
radio
back on.
In
and then-
operation,
Yeah.
and then I will turn it over to Jim, who is EMA director, and then I don't care what happens. Jim will take care of it.
Yeah, I think it's important to have it operational, because right now, he has no way of communicating.
I agree with you 100%, and it would have been operational, it would have never been taken out of service if we wouldn't have been lied to, that we didn't know where it was at.
This isn't really something for us to get into.
Yeah,
I will tell you
just wanna
this, as a
say-
board of supervisors and a citizen of this township for the past 26 years, I will guarantee that this fire company will be in existence as long as I am part of it. Okay? This fire company has grown leaps and bounds in the past 18 months. We have people from other municipalities calling us and wanting to train with us. We have had more fundraisers, and I know that this is not relevant right now. But I will tell you, as a citizen of Grady Township, that this fire company will be in existence.
How long does it take, how long does it take for the governor to, what's the time?
I don't know, Donnie's been the person forever.
I don't know, I was in it
Okay.
for 29 years, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know the township recommended somebody for that office, and then the governor appointed that person, and that was me for the last 29 years.
Do you know how, do you have a notion of roughly how long it takes, by chance?
Well,
I understand if you
Very
don't.
long, really.
Okay.
Once
Yeah,
they
yeah.
Once they get the recommendation from the supervisor, I wouldn't think that would take that long for him to appoint somebody.
Okay.
They have to go through the background check and everything.
Well, so how long is Dawn without a radio now that works? That's my concern. I mean, this thing ought to be working right now as the emergency management coordinator.
If you guys get that radio, how soon can that be back?
In about 5 minutes. I just need to know that I have the correct radio with the correct serial number in my hands, so I can have the county turn it back on. I can't just have a radio floating out wherever, just turn it on. Can't do that. And if somebody won't tell me what radio they have, or if they have one, then I'm gonna shut it off. That's my job.
And also for Fireman's Relief audit, we need that radio serial number correctly identified and who has it.
Y'all are, I mean, we're pushing the limits of what the supervisors need to talk about. I'd say y'all should just agree to work it out, get the radio back so they can put the right channels on it and move on.
Yeah, yeah. Sooner the better.
I would like to know when the radio is operational and back to the EMA, if that's possible. Anything else? Anything else for good of the order?
Not here.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, next meeting is May 9th, 6:30.